Hope you guys are doing okay. Only two of you today? Oh, three, huh? Yes. Yesterday, what did we discuss? SC Acts, protection of civil rights. Very simple acts, right? Nothing much to be discussed, nothing much to be done. Only very few important provisions, which we have spent section 18, 18A. Yes, and appeal, subsequently compensation schemes. That was more, and in the PCR, section 10A was important, collective fines that they can impose, and section 3 and 4 pertain to offences over here and offences over there as well, same common sections unnarannitlo kuda. Today, because on popular demand, you guys asked for NDPS, I thought why not let us start with NDPS. My plan was something else, but it's okay. Okay, na? So, NDPS narcotropic. No, yes. Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, NDPS. So, now, before getting into the minute details of it, let us first understand the essence of what exactly are we trying to do, why this enactment came into picture, the historical background of it. Yes. So, narcotic drugs. Yes. See, first thing is culturally we have been a country which has been very perceptive and acceptive of marijuana. Marijuana ante ganja. As a society, it has went on for a considerable long time. That historically, some or the other way, we have been associated in some or the other form. We have used it in the form of hemp. We will understand the difference between hemp and ganja as well, that is marijuana. At the same time, in our country, the plant just grows naturally. So, it grows in the climatic conditions that are little, the tropic kind of conditions that we have. So, similarly, not just over here, even it is famous in South Africa, even in other tropic countries wherever they are. It grows even in the Amazons. So, naturally it has been occurring. So, it has been used by various communities earlier for various purposes, and not just for the purpose of as a narcotic drug, for the purpose of some kind of amusement that can be drawn out of it, some kind of addiction that it would lead to subsequently. Yes, so I'm sorry, I'm just distracted because of the calls. So let me just come back. Just give me a minute, no? Yes, sorry about that. Yes, now. So, culturally, there has been some kind of relation with at least with the aspect of ganja, and not just that, even with the opium. Opium also has been grown on the west side of our country, ante Punjab and all of those sides, even in the Himachal, the opium plants untai, poppy is what it is known as. Yes. What do you? Yes, kasagasalu. Yes. Hindi mein it is known as khashkhash ka plant. So, and in Telugu it is gasagasalu. So, even that plant, the flowers of it, the stem of it, even till root, everything is useful for the purpose of this opioid, making opiates out of it. So, opioid and chapter, whatever the aspect, the chemical aspect of it is there, it is a opioid. Subsequently, it may lead to in any other form. So, danne manam use jesi, we make morphine. Ever heard this term morphine? Yes, it is used. Ippudu terminally ill patients untaru, or where a lot of pain is there, you just cannot reduce their pain. So, morphine is injected. That leads to reduction. A pain sensors emaithe untayo, they stop reacting. So, pain annadi meeku feel avvadu. So, not just that, even in the cough syrups, yes, some kind of opiates are used. ఎందుకంటే నిద్ర వస్తుంది, yes, specific few very అంటే diluted ఉంటుంది, but just imagine in the concentrated form it is 0.01%, 0.25% అట్లా ఉంటే 0.025% ఉంటేనే అంత ఇంపాక్ట్ ఉంది దాన్ని. So in the same manner, we as a country are known not just to use but also to grow these categories of plants. So we will be discussing mostly in two categories, that will be narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. We will try and understand the differences as well. What is the differences amongst these two things? Why are there two different categories that are involved? Yes. Chalo. Now let us, yes, Act 61 of 1985. It was enacted in 1985. So before 1985, drugs were legalized in India? No. There were other enactments, very weak enactments, specific to specific kind of drugs. Opium Act, Dangerous Drugs Act. Another Opium Act was there, that is 1857. 1878, Dangerous Drugs Act 1930. The provisions were very weak, the punishments were not so stringent. However, after enactment of this act, the punishments are so stringent, the burden of proof shifts to the again back to the accused in these cases as well. And there are twin conditions. Who have argued bails in the NDPS cases would know that they keep on saying, wherever the public prosecutor or the accused counsel is arguing, they will say the accused has to qualify twin conditions and cheppi. So apart from conditions that are imposed in the CRPC, additional conditions unnai anamata bail ki. So they say na NDPS case book ayindi ante first they will, what is the question we ask? Excuse me, quantity enta? Yes, small quantity ya, medium quantity ya, commercial quantity ya? Commercial quantity ante tata bye bye, no bail. Mandatory bail ostene maybe it is possible. That is what it is usually said, right? We will see what are the factors. I'm just trying to portray a picture now. I can take a moment and say, okay, it has gone to such an extent that even death penalty can be imposed in these cases. Death penalty is also possible for NDPS offences. Why are we doing it, sir? అక్కడ మనిషిని చంపితే ఆర్ గ్యాంగ్ రేప్ చేస్తే ఆర్ టెర్రరిస్ట్ యాక్టివిటీ చేస్తే అప్పుడు ఐపీసీలో మనం చదివాం కదా డెత్ సెంటెన్స్ ఉంది అని చెప్పి. బట్ వై ఆర్ వి సేయింగ్ ఫర్ డ్రగ్స్ ఆల్సో కే ఇన్ సమ్ కేసెస్ డెత్ పెనల్టీ ఇంపోజ్ చేయొచ్చు అని చెప్పి? అంత హార్ష్ ఏమవుతుంది? ఎట్ ద వెరీ మోస్ట్ వాట్ ఈజ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్, మీరేదో some material is going out in the market, people are consuming it, here everybody's wish is involved. అమ్ముతున్న వాంది కూడా అది ఇష్టమే, తీసుకుంటున్న వాంది కూడా ఇష్టమే. Yes, nobody is forcing anybody, right, over here. So why are we discussing death penalties or life sentences or 20 years and above punishments? They don't even say life, ఎందుకంటే మళ్ళా they say no remission possible in these cases. So the provisions are stringent. Once you go behind bars, you have to stay behind bars. If it is certain conditions are and commercial quantity undi and all of that is there, we will see. So why are we saying ke inta stringent punishments enduku? They consume drugs and that leads to other crimes. Yes, that is a very plausible, yes, very plausible reasoning. Another thing is that the monies that are involved are very high. This leads to financing in other illegal activities, terror activities and all of that. Most of the terrorists are known to deal in drugs. Why? Because it pays so handsomely. That is the second. But these two are not just the main reason. The main reason is it leads to decay of the society. అంటే ఒక మర్డర్ జరిగితే తప్పు ఒక మనిషికి జరిగింది, ఆ ఫ్యామిలీ మొత్తం ఓకే ఇంపాక్ట్ అయింది. కానీ మీరు ఒక 1 kg డ్రగ్స్ సప్లై చేశారంటే, ఇమాజిన్ ఫ్యూ యంగ్ కిడ్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ అండ్ దే స్టార్టెడ్ టేకింగ్ డ్రగ్స్. దే హ్యావ్ నాట్ జస్ట్ డిస్ట్రాయిడ్ దేర్ లైఫ్, దే హ్యావ్ డిస్ట్రాయిడ్ దేర్ ఫ్యామిలీస్ లైఫ్, ఫ్యూచర్ ప్రాస్పెక్ట్ మొత్తం. అండ్ వెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ సో అడిక్టివ్, అండ్ లెట్ మీ టెల్ యూ, the psychotropic substances, at least that we are going to talk about, they are so addictive that you cannot just stay without it. Your entire life will revolve around it. Maybe with narcotic drugs, maybe not so much. Earlier, people who are coming from a village background would know, old tatas, at least in our generation, they used to have this charas. Anybody knows? They would not used to refer it to as charas, but some sticky ball lanti untadannamata. What they do is they pick it from that and they mix it in their chutta. very small, it will be very sticky substance, brown color substance. మన దగ్గర అంత ప్రామినెంట్ లేదు, I have seen it at least, but however it is very prominent in North India అనమాట. So though they are smoking it, it is not that addictive. However, when you are coming to psychotropic substances, or let us imagine even a narcotic drug in a very concentrated form. Imagine coca leaves to cocaine chaser. Cocaine also comes from leaves only, from a plant, coca plant. So a coca plant nunchi concentrated form lo meeru cocaine annadi extract chesaru. Once you get addicted to it, then yes, cannabis to theek, cannabis again, marijuana, they say कि you have health benefit, the arguments are so wide, yet we have clearly said no to cannabis as well, at least in the form of, we have discussed, if it is in the form of a hemp. All of these are arising from the chemical plant, that is the family tree cannabis అని చెప్పి ఉంటుంది. దాంట్లో cannabis sattva అన్నది is hemp. It is not illegal, it is regularized, but it is not illegal. అంటే from that hemp they make cloth also, they make bags. Anybody aware of it? దాని jute తో they make ropes. It's a very I mean, we may not know here. If somebody has visited Uttarakhand and temples and all of those akkada, you will see all these hemp bags. దానిపైన లోగో ఉంటుంది అనమాట ఆ గాంజా లీఫ్ది. So they make cloths with it, they make ropes with it, they make various articles, organic articles out of it. They say okay, it is regulated. But at the same time, we are just now discussing marijuana in some other form. In religious connotation also it is used. Yes, some kind of traditions it is allowed also to smoke. Yes, not just that, even when we are taking the aspect of coca plant, it is used in medicines. Or when we take opium to okay, from opium you can make heroin, at the same time you can make opioids which are again used for medication. Morphine is just one example. There are hundreds of such necessary medication that require these chemical elements that arise from these plants. So the law realized, ठीक है, this opium, marijuana or the coca leaves, though they may be occurring naturally or we may be cultivating it, but it is an important aspect to control the production. ఏదైనా కల్టివేట్ అవుతుందంటే అది మా దృష్టిలోనే అవ్వాలి, మనకు అవసరం అది. That they have decided everybody అవును ఇవి కావాలి, కానీ we cannot allow it to be the farming to be done as is. ఎవరంటే వాళ్ళు వచ్చి నా దగ్గర భూమి ఉంది నేను ఓపియం ఫార్మింగ్ చేస్తాను అని చెప్పి అట్లా చేయలేరు. They said okay, we are banning unless it is under our control. మేమే కొంటాము, మా దగ్గర మీరు ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఒక ఏరియా ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాము, దేర్ ఇట్ విల్ బి అండర్ అవర్ సూపర్విజన్ అండ్ అవర్ కంట్రోల్ వేర్ యూ కెన్ గ్రో దిస్. They are only talking in terms of narcotic drugs. ठीक है, and subsequently whatever the material also goes, we will keep a close eye on such medication also. Morphine, you go to any hospital or any medical hall and you ask for morphine, you will not get morphine. You need to have a prescription. In the same manner, whatever the medication is arrived, they are saying we are going to control the usage, the manufacture, the trade, the purchase, the sale, the dealing of it, the import, the export, every aspect of it, at least in the context of narcotic drugs. Now, what are psychotropic substances? ఇప్పుడు నార్కోటిక్ డ్రగ్స్ అన్నవి మేము ఈ ప్లాంట్స్ నుంచి ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ చేసి ఇన్ సమ్ ఆర్ ది అదర్ మేనర్ వీఆర్ యూటిలైజింగ్ దెమ్. ఐదర్ దాని సీడ్స్ అని యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాము. నౌ when you look at the actual ganja plant, they make hash oil out of it, they make some oil, they utilizing the leaves, they smoke those leaves, eating, chewing it also leads to something, or they may make some other product. Yes, some candies or something of that sort. They were selling also candies in the market. Yes, in pan they mix. I don't know, but so they are saying ke theek hai, all of this we are trying to regulate and we are trying to control and all of that, but at the same time psychotropic substance is a synthetic drug. Synthetic ante ఆర్టిఫిషియల్లీ క్రియేటెడ్, ఒక ల్యాబ్లో మనం క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాము ఇవి. అయితే సార్ అవి అంటే అరే నార్కోటిక్ డ్రగ్స్ అన్నవి మేబీ ఆర్ మేబీ నాట్, but narcotic drug can subsequently be processed and the elements that are extracted out of it are entirely lab grown, lab created elements. They may be mixed to form psychotropic substances. Any examples of psychotropic substances? We have just discussed ठीक है ganja, cocaine, hash oil or hashish. What else? Charas. All of these are arising out of the narcotic drugs only. Some or the other. 3 narcotic drugs మనం discuss చేసాము. Ganja, that is cannabis, plant cannabis, the family of the cannabis entirely, and then not the plant name. Opium. Yes, opium poppy enter దాన్ని. Opium poppy. Then third thing is coca. These are originally nature లోనే వస్తున్నాయి ఇవి. కానీ మనం సింథటిక్గా ల్యాబ్, దేర్ ఆర్ మూవీస్ అరౌండ్ ఇట్ ఆల్సో యాజ్ వెల్, రైట్? ఒక ఫేమస్ షో ఉంది, ఎస్, ఎండిఎంఏ. ఎనీథింగ్ మోర్ ఎనీబడి కెన్ థింక్ ఆఫ్? ఓకే, LSD. వాట్ ఇస్ ద ఫుల్ ఫామ్ LSD? ఈవెన్ ఐ డోంట్ నో ఫుల్ ఫామ్స్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ ఆర్ psychotropic drugs, I know. Any more? MD. Okay. More. You are missing out on one important drug. It occurs, we know it almost in our daily lives. No, heroin again is going back to your opium. Ganja also narcotic drug. I'm not talking about narcotic, I'm talking about psychotropic substances. Synthetic ga create chesinavi. మెథ్, METH, మెథఫెటమైన్ అని చెప్తారు ఫుల్ నేమ్. వన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ వీఆర్ మిస్సింగ్ అవుట్. ఓకే, వాట్ ఈజ్ AM ఫుల్ ఫాము?